team fight, as it looks like it's going to be the Ambessa for Mirwin to round out the draft for MKOI. But I am super excited to see how Shifters can pull off this draft. And this is cool. This is just cool.
I'm a big...
Alvaro invested the heal here. Both mid laners fighting it out. Nuke needs to crash this wave. He's so chunked, but he is going to hit level 6 here. I don't think Jojo can really stop them from pushing in this wave.
I think Jojo too low mana, but they'll go in with a flash remount. The miasma down, and there's first blood to Shifters.
And that's the support jungle here from Shifters. The new additions making work, allowing for Nuke to get the first blood, push in mid, and it's nearly 1,000 gold lead with the gold lead from mid and top, as now Elyoya might be in trouble.
Sheo just looking for the Scuttlecraft, Shadow Strike down onto Elyoya.
Sheo
should be able to get this smite down, gets it, Ragnarok's immediately, is going to chase onto Alvaro. Elyoya coming in from the side as well. Mirwin has to move from the top side, flash away from Alvaro, and now that Viking is on the wrong side of the map. First in the mid lane, going from Rooster, who has 22 farm advantage.
Nuke is going to flash on him.
Flash, Petrifying Gaze, and the miasma down means that Nuke just secures the kill. Alvaro unable to help.
Is moving. Elyoya is going to get one.
Taunt from Alvaro just short of hitting onto Stend. The Duck can move from top side first. It will be the first grub, as you say. Shadowing Strike onto Alvaro. Vault Breaker across from Elyoya. Shifters should be satisfied with getting 2 grubs out of this as one sprints back into the pit just before it dies. Miasma down from Nuke, chasing Jojo out with a Noxious Blast with movement speed as well. Good Satchel from Super will stop Nuke from advancing any further.
A little bit of a shame there for Shifters that the grub reset.
Yeah. So, I mean, Shea's just going to go back and get it. It's a tempo loss,
that's
time loss, but he will be able to secure it. Wanted to make sure he got the Scuttlecraft before.
And is there anything more valuable than time, Medic?
Like, if you gave me $1 million, I'd happily give you than he was against the Nart earlier on, as Sheo starts up the drink.
This is really clean macro from Shifters. They put Stend up towards top lane, so now MKOI can't dive. Oh, they might still look for it.
Flash, Magnetstorm, Rooster, look for the chaser onto Super, who doesn't get away. The Aftershock procs. Great engage from Stend. That's the second time we've seen him catch MKOI unaware. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Mirwin looking for the dive. The Hemo play coming out. Mirwin needs to get out because Sheo's on his way across. Does have the Ragnarok and has the flash, and Mirwin's already down to 300 HP on the top side. Stend looking for a re-engage, Mirwin down. Stend getting away from the Shadow Dash in. The Wallop doesn't connect as Elyoya goes further forward. Jojo with the Arcane Storm can't kill off Rooster. And Shifters are just winning all across the map.
And it's so clean by Shifters. Stend dive him or force him under tower.
He does still have the flash and Petrifying Gaze, as you say. Elyoya looking to chase. There's a Cease and Desist. Petrifying Gaze for the stun. Mega Inferno Bolt coming in as well, but doesn't really do too much damage. The Stand United, though, is enough. And a taunt comes forward. Elyoya gets the shutdown. Jojo pathed up there, and they could have gone for a fight, but feels like it would have been a little bit risky as the tower falls to MKOI. First of the game, have to pick their targets. Mirwin begins to dash away, repudiate. Shadowing Strike goes to the side. Nuke stepping forward as well. This tower's still pretty healthy. Magnetstorm down onto Mirwin. There's Miasma for the follow-up with the grounding. Mega Inferno Bomb's going to hit onto Stend. Public Execution does not. Stend managing to survive through it and gets into the bush just in time to avoid any more aggro from the minions. Meanwhile, though, Rooster having to step back from his tier 2 on the bottom side to survive because Elyoya and Jojo are in the area.
And a nice try by Mirwin there. Nearly gets out with the fancy footwork if he landed that Public Execution. It does mean that Shifters is not going to pick up the top tower. They're going to get the Rift Herald. And MKOI, all they got was some plates on bot lane and denied a wave or 2 from Rooster.
With the Drake still 30 seconds away, Shifters can reset in time. Shale will be here a little while longer. There's the Smite, gets the Rift Herald. Sten stepping forward, though, without numbers on this side of the map, was greedy. MKOI play around the fact that they have the Hemo Plague. They've got the Petrifying Gaze. You know, charge in, TP in as well, but the Rift Herald's just going to make it.
Especially with the Satchel, yeah, it's gone. That's a really big play for MKOI. Getting the mid tower for 6 is so nice. Freedom to play around.
It feels like good flank positioning is important for Shifters as Sheo uses the Hex Gates to get around Ragnarok in as well. Jojo does still have the flash here. That's the Stand United coming down as well as Alvaro looks for it and around the Rosies. Jojo survives underneath the tower. Magnetstorm pulls Alvaro back. Petrifying Gaze there as well for the stun. Double TPs coming out as Alvaro's going to fall. Elyoya looking for the engage. Cease and Desist available to him. He'll go for Nuke. Mega Inferno Bomb clicks him on the edge. Another TP from MKOI as they're sending everyone towards this fight. Jojo back in the action. Nuke's going to fall to Jojo. Sten falling almost towards the bottom side of the fight as well. Public Execution. Sten is decapitated by Mirwin.
And MKOI, they
sitting on Elyoya, but Super's joined the party. 777 gold ahead. Lucky for him, it seems, as Rooster tries to escape Elioya, but gets caught mid-air with the Volt Breaker, and Elioya just absolutely rinses him. A Mega Inferno Bomb there for the follow-up. Elioya on a rampage. Composition and about how team fights go do still ring true. The problem is now you are a little bit further behind in terms of gold, so your effective damage isn't as strong as it was.
This is the classic Vladimir. It's like losing the early game, and then it's super difficult. Like if you've watched Elite 500, every game is like this. He loses the early game, then he goes to like 400 CS, and he's full
and
build.
just absolutely one-shots you.
And just one-shots the whole
I like the way you say if you've watched it, as if I've never been high enough elo to play against Elite 500.
No, but
that was kind of toxic there, Jack Spectre.
I assume that when you play against
I've been bodied by Elite 500 a ton of times.
The thing is, I assumed when you play...
In fact, now falling behind, at least in terms of that 1v1. Alvaro stepping a little bit too far forward. Does have the flash, is going to try and get out of the back of the pit here, using the Spirit's Refuge to survive through. Flashes, no tower here.
Went to the right.
Yeah, I mean, Alvaro is dead, and there's a vision there. Standing Knight is going to get blocked by the Shattering Strike. Zeke's will proc, but Shifters will chase him down. Jojo's pushing through top, Elioya is pushing through mid. Paduk is gifted over the kill on the Shatter. Rooster building up Mega Gnar down towards the bottom side. He's going to try and keep Mirwin at bay. MKOI now stepping in from mid lane. The Drake down to 5k. Rooster face checks into Mirwin. That's fine for him. He'll continue to try and trade, as Mirwin does take a chunk of his health. Rooster needs to get that Mega Gnar up. Baron, Drake down to 2k as Elioya gets into the back of the pit, and Sheo is falling you. Uses the Ragnarok and then runs away. Meanwhile, Paduk is too far forward. Public Execution onto Sheo. Cease and desist in as well with the Mega Inferno Bomb coming down, but already Rooster's picked up Mirwin. The Gnar flashed away by Elioya on the backline. Paduk keeping 3 members of MCOY occupied and getting a kill onto Super. Huge from Paduk, as Shifters get the Drake and manage to get 4 players out.
What? We need a replay. We need a replay, and we can look for a flank.
A long way away right now. Could TP in. His flash about to come off cooldown. MKOI will start up the Drake. Shifters more looking for the fight than for the objective. Mirwin getting chased out. Flash Shattering Strike onto Mirwin. Transfusion out as well. There's the Ignite ticking on him as he is able to dash out. Rooster trying to build up that Mega Gnar. The Hexgate behind from Sten still has the Crash Down, has the Magnet Storm. Rooster almost at Mega. The Drake at 3k, Sheo forced away, still has that Ragnarok as they dive in. Stopwatch from Jojo, Hemo play down as well. The Gnar into the wall and MKOI are getting routed. Super and Elioya just running for the hills, trying to survive. Vault Breaker will get Elioya out for the moment, but TP behind as Paduk chases Super over the wall with a flash. And the tides of blood enough. Super flashes, gets to the blast cone just in time. A Vault Breaker out from Elioya. Shifters lose the Drake, but they absolutely clean up the fight.
Shifters, they played for the fight, and they played it beautifully. They're going to get 3 kills. They're going to get the Nash. They won't be able to end the game. Maybe if they took down Super, that could have been on the cards. But still, they're going to walk away pretty happy with the Nash, because this Dragon doesn't mean a whole lot for MCOY. It's only their second. They are up against the Sigs and the Victor Wave Clear though, so we'll have to see how much they can get out of this Nash.
To range. Shifters doing a good job here of trying to cut MKOI away from defending their tower by stepping around, but they can't quite manage it. Boltbreaker in from Elioya, into the cease and desist. Nuke still has a stopwatch. Nuke still has the Seekers. Petrifying Gaze coming down with the Arcane Storm there as well. Mirwin on the back line. There's the stopwatch. There's the Seekers. As Rusev joins the fight, doesn't have Mega Gnar stacked up, but he's still enough to kill off Mirwin. Jojo eating the Hemo Plague as well. Sarah, she will save him for now. Paduk goes down as Alvaro falls second. Twin Fangs into his back, take the kill. But still, MKOI holding on here. Elioya, Jojo, and Super standing strong.
And that's a big win for MKOI because they deny any sort of Baron power play. Yes, Shifters, they pick up 2 kills, but they will not get any real towers with this Nash, as Shifters might have overstayed here.
Oh, Gravity Field down. No Ragnarok for Sheo. But he is able just to walk out of that Gravity Field. Paduk dying with his Seekers still up there.
Yeah, he got full CC chain, had no time to use the Zonias, went a little bit too deep. Shifters are going to struggle to find a point of entry here.
Super looking for the damage across the wall, lands a little bit onto Rooster, who has a Seekers of his own on this Gnar. Watch out for that in the fight. Sten goes for the engage. Great satchel out from Super. The taunt comes in from Alvaro as now Elioya looking for the engage. Vault Breakers in onto Sheo. Sten, Arcane Storm, Public Execution gets dodged with the Seekers by Rooster in the middle of the pit. Alvaro goes in again onto Paduk, who goes into the Sanguine Pool. The Ragnarok in the middle of the Dragon Pit. Surviving here for Sheo. Elioya comes back alive but dies. What? The soul goes over to Shifters, and somehow Shifters have just wrangled themselves out of the bottom of a pit to find the win in the the fight to find the soul. Nuke picks up a triple. Super slowed as well by the Hextech soul. As Rooster looks through the chase, Super does have flash, will get away. But Shifters somehow wrangle a fight out of nothing.
I don't know how Shifters did that. This fight looked so bad for them to begin with Sten not getting the engage. Sheo got so chunked. Rooster had the stopwatch. They're going to look to end. I mean, Supa, he has such good wave clear, but Nuke is just going to not allow him to get in range.
Bomb is up in 3, though. If he can get a Mega Inferno Bomb on this wave, it will clear it out. They can't end. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb. They'll look for it. Rooster tanking the tower now, needs to get out. Rooster almost dies to the tower aggro, and now Super and Alvaro, they're shooting fish in a barrel, and the first one's down. Good double. Due to that valiant base defense, but Sheo could look for the steal here. And Blast going over instead. Allure says, no, none of that today. Lands the smite. Baron to MCOY. But they slowed up and taking that extra damage can be really difficult to deal with. The only benefit, I guess, is that Shifters don't have a lot of ways to poke that damage onto you. They kind of need to be in the middle of the fight. Those are the good old days. Put the smoke back on the Rift.
Elyoya's really far up here.
Goes in with the Bolt Breaker. Sten with the engage as well. They put him down on the Miasma, and Elyoya's dead. Alvaro trying to find the taunt on the backline, but through the Ragnarok, he can't do it. Mega Inferno going down as well as Sten does fall to the Arcane Storm, but here's Rooster and Perduk. Jojo uses a stopwatch, but can only watch as his corpse is laying across the ground. Mirwin going to get chased out by Perduk and Rooster as well. He'll try and escape. Super in the middle of the pit. I don't think Shifters really care about him, but they can still clean him up with the Twin Fangs and with the double axes. MCOY, they're going to try and get Mirwin out, and he will not escape. An ace for Shifters after MCOY stepped too far forward.
And Shifters have done it. They've taken down MCOY in game number 1 here. They're going to do the victory lap and walk into the Nexus. But the death timers are so long, it's only going to be Elyoya anyways. They're not going to be able to hold the gates. And it feels so bad for Elyoya. He's had such a great game, but he steps a little bit too far forward, and he ends up getting one shot. And the rest of MCOY, they want to help him out, but that defines their demise.
His Guardian Angel was not back up. Shifters don't have a wave as of yet. As you say, Elyoya up in 3 seconds. The Nexus towers have respawned. Sheo's going for the mid lane inhib. There's Elyoya. Still 8 on Jojo. First Nexus tower the target. A Ragnarok out from Sheo as he just tries to walk away. Nuke jumped on, but has a stopwatch. And Sheo, he's had enough of this game. He's just targeting down that Nexus. Shifters 1-0 up. And a really booster because he does pop off on that pick, although he often goes 0-7 and then pops off on that pick. And it's going to be Cassante in the end in that top lane to try and neutralize the Jace a little bit.
I much prefer Shifters draft, to be honest. I feel like they have a really nice EC front. I think he wants to deny Sheo from taking those Krugs and return more to a normal jungle state.
Onto Alvaro. Gonna get the stun as well with the trample. Alvaro walking away here, very wounded. Perduk almost gets it, but takes a tower shot forward. Only has that cleanse, remember. Super dashing forward, flashing in, and gets the kill with the piercing.
Crash this bot wave, get the dragon as well. And there's not going to be any sort of cross map. It's going to be the crab for Sheo, but is that a real cross map? I mean,
he gets him level 6, I guess. He gets the Hound's Pursuit out of it.
Now he will find none.
No chickens to be traded. Nuke, though. Hex Flash across the wall here. Nuke a little bit too far forward. Zenith Blade kickback. Good shockwave from Nuke, but still manages to escape with Jojo tanking the tower. That shockwave, really well done from Nuke.
I wonder what happens to the Sonic Wave there. Super might be the one in trouble now.
Yeah, has Pursuit coming down. There's the barrier. Sheo will have the Eviscerate to get some chase down, and Super's dead. Shifters jungler finding a kill, and the Will is a fight changer, as opposed to the Solar Flare being short here for Alvaro. Grubs have been begun. Sheo will get the first one without smiting, importantly. Sten goes in, looking for Alvaro, trample, stun, knocks Alvaro back, the shield of daybreak, the Zenith Blade coming out as well as Jojo looks for the engage. Sheo jumps up with the core of the pack to kill off Alvaro, a hero's entrance coming out, and Sten's going to be the one knocked up, but look at how little damage the Alice has taken because of that Unbreakable Will. The next grub taken, this time by Super, culling out. Sten distracts MCOY's backline. This is a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of M. Try and get some gold back in his pockets, currently almost 1,000 gold behind his lane opponent.
I don't know if they have... I mean, I think with how strong Sheo is, they have the damage to try to dive Mirwin, but Alvaro is already here to protect the cross map. Very similar to last game, how Fleshy matched it. I don't think they can dive 3 versus 2, but they were
going. Sten just jumps onto Mirwin. Alvaro looking for the shield of daybreak, gets the stun. There's the hero's entrance as well. Caught to the pack up by Sheo, but he's knocked up by the hero. Perduk tanking the tower is going to die. He executes. That went all kinds of pear-shaped. Shifters should not have sent it, but they're sent back to the fountain as Nuke tries to get away from Elioya and will manage to survive.
It's an absolute disaster for Shifters. Jojo Pyun with the Galio ultimate makes the difference there and makes the play go in their favor. They're able to pick up Stend as well. Padak at least got executed, but like if that's your silver lining, then it's...
It will be. Padak is on his way across here, but MCOY will get that first turret of the game, as you say. Extend their gold lead just a smidge. It's going to end up being about 2.3k or so after this tower goes down. Wave coming in on its way, and Mirwin and Alvaro are like, yeah, wait. It would be over-forcing to try and defend at this point, so let's just not. Let's give Shifters a little bit of gold back because we can't really stop them from doing so. The next key objectives, though, Rift Herald in 45 seconds, and the Chem...
Shield. I think he's sitting on quite a bit of gold as now Mirwin is in trouble.
Yeah, it's going to play onto Mirwin. Hound's Pursuit goes in. There's the all-out as well. Mirwin doesn't really have anywhere to go as Elioya jumps in. There's going to be a reset here for Sheo on the Hound's Pursuit, but I don't think he wants to pursue anything. Meanwhile, he's knocked back by the Mega Blast Cone as Super comes in for the collapse. Rooster down. Sheo short to follow. Shifters are going to try and find some stuff in the mid lane. Some turret plates they've got to push in bot as well. Another Blast Cone popped by Super, who is... Well, you know, he's losing some of these trades to Sheo. Eviscerates across, manages to get himself towards the bottom side of the map, and he might have just escaped. Wow. Nicely done from Sheo.
And this is super work for Shifters as they picked up the bot tower as well. It is going to be the Rift Herald, at least in response for MCOY, but a really nice proactive play there to take down Mirwin and to waste it. And Rooster is going to be able to get the deep push into top, but not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage into this top tower.
Super jumps forward. Padak here looks for the damage with the Mystic shots. Stun from the trample. True Shot Barrage as well. Uses the barrier. Mirwin is here.
But that wastes a lot of time for MCOY because Jojo was moving up towards top. But because
dangerous thing to do.
Scary.
Yeah, although if it's not loaded, it's not quite as scary as Sheo's going to jump onto Mirwin. Goes up with the call of the pack, then dashes away. The culling eaten up by the dogs. Sheo thankful to have his pack there to support him.
That felt really unfair for Super. He just used his calling and just the dogs tanked it up completely.
Welcome to every hooking champion in the game.
Fair enough.
I play Thresh, it's like, oh, at least Spiderling. Oh, Neferi Dog, excellent. Yeah, we'll just block it. Voidlings. Yeah.
Herald invested by MCOY.
Sten trying to get away. Trampled there. There's a Solar Flare as well with the Unbreakable Will down. Padak doesn't really do too much damage, and Super does. As he forces Sten away. Elioya, he went all the way behind them. And still not quite able to land the Sonic Wave. Going to chase onto Alvaro here. Sheo puts the Darkened Daggers in, only lands one of them, and Alvaro walking into that fog of war will be able to escape. TP in from MKOI as they look to continue the play. Elioya on the flank starts up his Razor Beaks, kills them off quickly. As that Cyclo Sword, Jojo looking for a punch from the top side, but the Winds of War don't really find their mark. Alvaro stepping in again. Dash in from Rooster. Trying to get that Q3 charged up. There it is. Sante can do a lot of work in these fights as Jojo is forced out by Padak, who misses both his skill shots. Q3 onto Alvaro, into the headbutt pulverized combination. Jojo trying to get the taunt. Solar Flare flashed away from by Padak and Nuke, and now the Shockwave will pull them back. A flash out from Mirwin and True Shot Barrage. Elioya with a great kick onto Nuke is going to make him go down as Sheo tries to get out of the back of the fight. A good double knock up, but they just don't have the damage. Sheo tanking for Padak, but Shifters just routed by MKOI in mid lane.
It's a great insect by Elioya to set his team up for success here. They're gonna get 2 kills. Sheo, he can try to look for the steal, but I don't think he can find it.
He's gonna get chased out here. Elioya going in. Safeguards forward. Rooster too low really to protect Sheo. This will be sold for MKOI. And as you say, a great insect, but also just lacking damage, really, for Shifters.
I mean, you can see the front line from Shifters are strong. They can tank a lot of damage, but the back line is not there. They don't have the DPS.
Minute 1 of this game. MKOI able to get the leads through the bot side, through Super, who's 2,500 gold ahead. Hasn't completed that third item yet, though, as Padak dashes away. The taunt's going to land onto Stend, who blew himself up a little bit with a triumphant roar, but might have to reset before he can join this one again. The Solar Flare down, Nuke no flash, nor does Padak. Super stepping in, Alvaro at half HP, Sten trying to help his team gain mid lane priority. Jojo again on the flank. This is what MKOI did well for the last fight. Sheo's going to try and chase him out. We'll win out that fight eventually with the Darkened Daggers. And dash in from Jojo again. Sten knocks him back straight into the wing arms of Sheo. But look at Nuke is in the middle of MKOI again as Product puts down the True Shot Barrage. Super is low. Sheo dashing up, but Sten falls, and there's a great taunt again. Sheo dashes across the wall with the Eviscerate. Elioya is on the chase trying to kill his enemy jungler. Safeguards forward, and there's no escape left for the Dogs. Sent packing by MKOI, who finally look like they have a game well within their grasps. Product trying to put the damage down onto Mirwin, but here's Elioya once again. Good block on the Sonic Wave, but Product is just eaten alive by MKOI. All out goes Rooster, but in the end, he's just going home with the rest of his team.
MCOY, they ran them down. They took out all 5. They're going to get the Nash on top of the Soul. And in game number 2, MCOY, they bounced back. They've been winning from the start with the early kill that went on to Supa. It really felt like that decided the pace of the game. Because once the MCOY bot lane started rolling, they didn't stop. And Elioya and Jojo following up on it so nicely. As they're trying to kill Jojo here, they might be able... Yeah, it looks like they're just going to kill him.
He's pretty dead, I think. He's got a hero's entrance, but there's no one in range for him to get to, and even if he did try and get away...
Taking him down so
they're
slow,
using the heal as well. Okay. They'll get the kill. That's a shot.
You can see that Rooster's already pushed top lane quite deep. So... that is nice for them.
That, I mean, man, you're looking for a silver lining.
That doesn't really matter. Yeah, they're
bronze
pushing.
in my estimations, but
yeah,
we'll take it. Importantly as well, Sheo and Nuke kept around as Product looks for the damage onto Super. TP in, Sten using the Unbreakable Will just to survive the engage that he initiated. Nuke on the chase, but Super not in range for a Sonic Shockwave. As Jojo is just going to clear out the top side. Does have the TP, as you say, join a fight. Sheo looking for Mirwin. Counts Pursuit in. There's the TP, and call of the pack out. Sheo realizes he doesn't want any piece of this action. Immediately retreats out.
Yeah, it's a 3 levels down to Fury. I don't think you're ever winning that. And MKOI are pushing in this mid lane. They only have a cannon waiting for the next wave to come. The bot wave wasn't pushed in. It's a little bit scuffed, this setup from MKOI, especially since Jojo TP'd to mid before pushing out that top side as well. Now he's going to go towards the bot side, and they're going to play 2 lanes and try to set up this Nashor a little bit more properly. As the culling comes out, chunks tend to have.
Rooster with a good knockback. There's the Shockwave as well, but Elioya is able to dash away, and there's the hero's entrance coming out from Jojo. Rooster so low, already taken out by Elioya. Jojo keeping the rest of Shifters away from the action. As MKOI react well to Rooster's engage.
Base from Mirwin here. He has the teleport. MKOI could look to end the game here. 5 versus 4, still 30 seconds left on this Nash. Product chunk to have.
Alvaro flashing in with the Zenith Blade, and Nuke will just fall immediately again. Elioya dominating on this Lee Sin. Alvaro survives the backline. Elioya and Mirror team up to get Stend. A double for Elioya. And MKOI now 12,000 gold ahead. This one's all done, but Sheo falling.
Nice little kick there by Elioya to finish the game off. MKOI striking back. They will not go 0-4 in this game. They're going to bring us to game number 3 and show us what they're made of.
And it was a great game for them. They used the fact that Super got ahead to really snowball this one. Looking for the engage. Kalista alongside Thresh. Okay, we're full Shadow Isles in the bot lane.
And I said at the start of this draft, I feel like Shifters kind of lives or dies by Product, and I think they heard that, and they decided to double down on it. So we'll have to see how the matchup develops. And Product is going to get level 2 really early here.
Early play there from Stend as well. Product hits level 2 as they look for Alvaro, who is forced to walk away. Does still have the heal. Product dashing around, uses the Rend. And yeah, he'll be very happy with how that's gone. Hook landing onto Stend here. Heal comes out from Alvaro and from Stend as they exchange those summoner spells. Alvaro forced to flash away. The Rend and the auto not quite enough from Product to get the kill, and now Super begins to open up, and Super with a boomerang even through the barrier. He's still got flash, he's got barrier of his own, flashes forward, good play from Stend. Will save his life as he flashes. Boomerang enough. Super finds 1.
And MKOI again.
There's the ward out from Mirwin. Rooster gets the push in here. Chain of Corruption has already been used. Mirwin's flash still on cooldown, and this Rumble doesn't really have anywhere to go. Flayed knocked up with a Cyclone, and there he goes down. Sten gets the kill. Nuke came in with a Realm Warp as well. Keeps Jojo and Alvaro from forcing any further plays. Product needs to get over this pillar, needs to chase away from Elioya, who continues to try and subjugate him down. A barrier, though. Elioya tanks a couple of tower shots.
Scrubs themselves.
I mean, Alvaro and Jojo moving up from mid lane as well. Manton goes down, perhaps a little early. You did still have Smite for Sheo, so could have played for the 600 HP on it, but again, not knowing where Elyoya is, he can interrupt the Lantern with a pillar.
Yeah.
There's always a bit of a risk.
Yeah, and that means MKOI are going to get oh.
No, never mind. Sheo's coming around the corner, but Elyoya's here now. Sheo dashes. There's the Smite, and now Nuke is caught all unawares as MKOI collapse on him. He was trying to join his team with the Lantern over the wall. We'll pull him to safety. Mirwin's equalizer not off cooldown yet. The seismic shove into Chain of Corruption, though. Great seismic shove for the knockback with the exhaust onto Jojo into the dredge line. Out of Alvaro, who's low on mana. Rooster takes the first kill. Sheo burns alive. Rooster trying to get out. Elyoya down to 200 HP, but a good pillar will stop Sten from getting any closer to that wall. He didn't have flash anyway. That tower. Elyoya trying to step forward. Chomp Smite, a possibility for the steal. Jojo now coming in to join the four-man squad. Dredgeline in. The Smite comes out from Elyoya. Cyclone out from Sheo as well as Paduk is just in the middle of the team. The face call sends Sten out, but on the wrong side of the Weaver's wall for him is Jojo, who chases him down, and MKOI are just absolutely rinsing Shifters.
But what is Shifters doing? They knew that MKOI was there, and Paduk just gets hooked like that?
Oh, the pillar! I think Nuke may have actually stepped out of the realm warp because of the pillar. Seismic jump back. It's not done until Nuke dies, and Jojo makes that a certainty.
We'll see the value.
Oh, I'm looking at him. I'm thinking,
so much value.
He's attacking probably about 5 percentage points faster than he was in the past.
That's true.
And now Rooster, oh, he's got flash, he's got exhaust, but Elyoya's here for the chase. Subjugate, there's the exhaust, flash away into the pillar. Jojo puts down the unraveled earth, and there's the red carpet. Rooster's met with a sea of red. I mean, come on. He's a troll with abs, dude.
That is true, but every male league champ has abs.
I mean, every male has abs, just not visible.
That's true.
Right? There's,
every person has
abs. Yeah, you're 100% right. Every person has abs. As you see the red tail taken by Elyoya. Good seismic shove back onto Rooster here. I don't think MKOI really want to keep it going, but the dredge line in from Alvaro means they do. Face call. Paduk's now right in the middle of MKOI. He walked into them! He gets the Lantern out, but he's just going to die for it. He manages to flash to the safety of his tower, and Merwin's having none of that. The Realm Warp will get only Nuke to safety. As, yeah, that's not gone well for Shifters.
No, it has not. Like many other plays in this game, Shifters are trying something, and I'm not sure what that is, but it's not working out for them. Is it like an ADC like that? You just look like a fool, but they're trying to rush the Dragon.
There's a Weaver's Wall behind them, the Dredgeline coming in as well. The Dragon will go over to Shifters. Sheo goes in with the Cyclone, but I just don't think they have the damage to follow this one up. Equalizer on Paduk instead, and Paduk tries to walk over the red carpet. And unfortunately, the paparazzi find him. MKOI get another 3 kills as their losing streak looks soon to be over.
This feels like we're watching a solo queue game, Medic. Shifters are just, they continue trying to fight, but they're not winning the fights, and MKOI are just farming them. 8,000 gold lead at 17 minutes. And Shifters, they got the Dragon, but they did not escape with their lives. And I don't think they're going to be able to hold on to Soul, if that's their goal.
Man, if they manage to survive 10 more minutes and get both the next 2 Mountain Drakes,
that would be impressive.
That is incredibly impressive.
I think we're nearing, we said top 5 earlier, this would be like top 2.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't remember all the MKOI throws.
I remember the one that Vedi did with Na'Vi, where
a struggle bus, to say the least.
Definitely. And game number 3 the most thus far, as a hook from Stan connects.
And Jojo's hooked up, pulled back, and Nuke going to get hit with the depth charge as Jojo's still alive in the midst of this all, but Paduk will get the shutdown. Sheo able to dash away. Nuke trying to get into the Realm Warp, gets himself away from the dredge line. Paduk is burning, but a great hook again from Sten will pull Merwin underneath the tower. 2 big shutdowns going over to the Callista.
2 big
Another
shutdowns
hook
for
from Alvaro. Exhaust on super across the wall. The Lantern coming out as well gets Rooster to safety. Those ricochets, though. Oh my goodness. Ricochet's almost claiming a couple of scalps at the end.
So if Shifters do that 2 or 3 more times, then we probably have an equal game on our hands. But that's going to be pretty difficult, as this one involved a hook into a flash Chains of Corruption under tower, as we start off with a hook onto Jojo, and then they slowly kill him. And then Mirwin TP's in and goes a little bit too deep under tower, with Sten being able to land another hook, and then Rooster flash Chains of Corruptions to keep him under tower. And that's not the most replicable play.
I mean, it's MKOI. Nuke, here we are, same position. And this time he doesn't really have the backup to help him. He's going to flash early, gets caught out by the pillar, chomp out from Elioya as well. Subjugate, smite for the slow. Elioya flashes for it and just keeps tanking the tower as he walks out.
Yeah, Nuke gets caught out there. It does mean that MCOY now should be able to get this tier 2 bot. They could even start thinking about the Nash, but they have all the time in their lives. They can play this game as slow as they want. Because at the end of the day, we said it, the scaling isn't... Yeah.
But there's a tower for him, Objective Bounty.
That's Objective Bounty.
Arrows
the gold lead down to 7,000.
Oh, a huge 3 to try. They both have Adorns, but...
Okay, well, Sheo's in trouble. Play by play.
Importantly, not Paddock. Sheo, depth charge onto him. Realm Warp out from Nuke. Sheo won't get in range, but there's the Lantern, and Nuke trying to help out his jungler. Just gets absolutely wiped away by MKOI. Super goes unstoppable. Good hook onto Stend as well from Alvaro. Chain of corruption across the wall from Movistar. As Stend does flash away, the Equalizer will burn him down. MKOI find 2 picks.
And that's Nasher for MKOI. They took down the mid lane in support of Shifters. Jojo Pyun is spacing. He has no TP, but you can see Padux already knows his Nash is gone. He's going to push in the mid lane. You're right, Medic. It was not Padux that died.
Sheo steal.
Sheo steal?
There's no way, but Sheo steal.
I mean, they should easily be able to stop it.
Alvaro flashes, Sheo dodges to the side of it. Does have flash, can get into the pit. They'll look for Alvaro and Mirwin. Sheo flashes the wall instead. As Mirwin stopwatches and doesn't get caught out by the hail of arrows. And now across the wall comes Elioya to chase down Rooster, who invested everything in trying to kill this Rumble.
A nice try by Sheo there to get into the pit, but they're so far behind. Not much they can really do. That means Nash goes over to MKOI. The gold lead is extended to 10,000. Sheo's gonna be fine here.
Yeah, I mean, Paddock, there's a face call coming out. Just short, but they get the play. Elioya with a subjugate, almost survives, does in fact. And now the ricochets really begin to rip through Shifters. Stend is next up for Super if he chases any further, but went back for the kill instead. Nuke kills Jojo in the mid lane, by the way. That happened. But MKOI is still 11,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to matter, Medic. MKOI, they have the Nasher, they can continue pushing. There are only 3 people here, though. So
they should be fine. It's only Stend and Nuke, right?
Yeah, Rooster's pretty strong, has the Chains of Corruption.
Oh, he's back out.
Nothing's really going to happen.
Okay, so here's the push from MKOI. There's the hook onto Super.
That's
no
the one
way! That's the one that happen! How do you get hooked? You're Sivir! You have a spell! But Super is dead, and obviously doesn't have teleport because he's playing Sivir. Another hook onto Mirwin. There's the play back. Alvaro looking for the hook, but he can't find it with that dredge line. The Drake down to 4K. Jojo looking for a Weaver's Wall, but doesn't have it right now. The Drake falling lower as Alvaro's on the front line. Prototypes from Harness coming out. The objective bound claimed. Mountain goes over to Shifters. They kill off Alvaro as well. Face call in from Stend, but MKOI are winning out the fight. Paduk trying to open up, and he just doesn't have the damage. MKOI clean it up at the Drake, and that's more like it, MKOI. A solid fight at a numbers disadvantage, and they should be able to close out the game from here. Jojo flashing the wall to make sure Sheo has no escape as MKOI get the ace.
And MKOI, they shut the door. It wasn't the 1 in 1,000. They're gonna find their first win in LEC Summer and take down Shifters in a game number 3.
The road to the roadshow in Madrid. Only the top 4 qualify. It starts here for MKOI as they finally claim victory in a best of 3 in LEC Summer.
And it wasn't clean.
It was not clean, dude.
But they got the job done in the end. As Super finishes one last kill off in the base.
Where he couldn't get any kills in the dragon fight, so he's like, I've got to get my KDA up a little bit here.